it's going to automatically come true. That is the nature of prophecy. Having said that, I will say what I always say about Gordon Michael Scullion. I have been watching him very carefully, and his predictions have been eerily on the mark. Now, here it is. I'll just read it to you verbatim, all right? And then we can talk about it if you want, and you will become aware of what it is that we're going to do. It's going to be obvious to your heart. As you are aware, Japan's Kuril Islands, that's Kuril Islands, were hit with a magnitude 8.0 earthquake this week. Now it's underlined. This is the first of 4 events I have predicted for the time frame beginning in December of 1995. See Earth Changes Report 3 of 95, that would have been March. He goes on and signals the beginning of my third 4-quake scenario for 1995. Events will now progress quickly. On Friday, December 8th, 1995, I will be releasing a press and media update to this prophecy, including potential events that I see occurring in the U.S. as part of this scenario. I promise to keep you informed on any updates, and I will send you the latest release on Friday, the 8th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I regret my health is such I cannot appear on your program due to its late airtime. 5 years of visions has taken its I can, if you wish, discuss this update for up to an hour with you via phone at 10 a.m. or 2 p.m. Eastern on the 8th. That's Friday, which, if appropriate for you and your listeners, could be rebroadcast on your Friday night, Saturday morning coast-to-coast show. He goes on, I do not wish to alarm anyone, but I sense we are very close to major geological events occurring in the U.S. and elsewhere. Since both of my earlier 4-quake scenarios have occurred, let me say that again. Since both of my earlier 4-quake scenarios have occurred in sequence and on time, I can only assume the potential now exists. The complete 4-quake scenario, which has just begun, may now occur. Even if the percentage of such an event occurring is low, I would still feel that everyone in high-risk areas should be prepared. No different than if a hurricane warning were posted. I pray the visions I'm seeing now are wrong. If it should turn out to be so, those who got prepared will be better prepared for when it does occur. The scientific community and myself are no longer so far apart in our predictions. The only difference between us now is the time frame and extent of damage. Sincerely, Gordon Michael Scullion. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Arkwell Somewhere in Time. Tonight featuring a replay of Coast to Coast AM from December 6th, 1995. somewhere in time on your radio networks. Tonight, an encore presentation of Coast to Coast AM from December 6th, 1995.
Top of the morning, everybody. 241 affiliates now strong across the nation. And if I tell you all the secrets I do in the cities we're going to soon, it'd blow your mind. Does mine. Well, there is a full moon up there, and about 25 minutes it is officially full. So, this was just a great time. I had a great time to drop all this on you from Gordon Michael Skype. I would be, of course, interested in your comments on it. Again, I say it is prophecy, and as such, you know, you've got to take it with a grain of salt. However, maybe we'll get into what I've had all day long to think about what he just told us in this fact, and those of you that have been following what he's had to say over the time I've been interviewing him, you know what this means. And I've done a lot of thinking about it personally all day long, and I've come to some of my own conclusions on a personal basis. East of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
Hi, I'd like to speak to our bell.
That's me, sir. We don't have a call screener. We just put you on the air, so this is it. You're on.
Oh, well, thanks, sir. I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me turn my radio off.
Yeah, oh, yes, yes.
Apologize.
That's good enough.
First time caller.
Yes.
I'm calling from KTRH.
Houston.
Yes, sir. And I'm an over-the-road truck driver. I don't get to listen to you very often. The last time I listened, you had I can't remember the gentleman's name, but philanthropist Tom that was talking about fusion coal pack.
That would have been a physicist.
Yes, sir. And if you could be so kind as to describe it to me. I've talked to a couple of people and they've never heard of it before, and I understand Toyota is the one that's involved in it.
I recall a guest, I had so many on, I'm sorry, but I recall a guest, yes, saying that, I believe it was Wayne, as a matter of fact, I think it was Wayne Green, who said that Toyota is doing a lot of research into cold fusion right now. Yes, Wayne Green, yes. And we are going to repeat the Wayne Green show. I can't recall which night, either at Christmas or New Year's, and I'll let you know, but we're going to repeat the show down the line somewhere.
Oh, well, and then I'll let someone else call and talk with you, and I appreciate it, and I'll be listening for it.
All right, sir, thank you. A lot of people were really fascinated with that, and Wayne has had thousands of faxes and phone calls since the show, as have so many of our guests. I'll tell you another guest I'm working on right now. The man who, well, I just lost my train of thought. I've got that schedule handed to me. Let me see. Okay, yes, here it is. New Year's Day, Monday night, Tuesday morning. I take the day off. Every year I take one day at Christmas and one day at New Year's. And we do a Dreamland repeat. So I'll give you the schedule anyway. You want to know what's going to happen? Sunday, December 24th. In other words, Christmas Eve. Dreamland will re-air the Whitley Strieber program. So Whitley Strieber on Sunday, December 24th. On Coast to Coast AM Monday, Christmas night, or Christmas Day if you will, I'll be off. We will re-air the interview we did with Harry Brown, the Libertarian Party hopeful. Dreamland, Sunday, December 31st, the following week. We will re-air the show we did on dreams with Dr. Jillian Holloway. Then Coast to Coast Monday, New Year's Day. Again, I am off, and we will re-air the show with Wayne Green that so many of you wanted to hear. So that is the schedule for me through the holidays. I work most holidays, with the exception of Christmas and New Year's, and I get a 3-day holiday each one of those weeks. And I am looking forward to it, assuming Nevada remains planted in roughly the same area it is now. Wildcard line, you're on the air. Hi. Hello? Goodbye. First time caller line,
going to be some rough stuff that we're going to have to go through, but I believe that the change is imminent, and it's exactly what we need.
I don't feel that way.
You don't feel that way?
No, I don't. I know that, I have guests on. Gordon is not necessarily one of them. But I had a guest, for example, on Dreamland this last week, and Margaret Timms, and she and I disagreed very much on, she took the same path you are. The changes are good, and she kind of slides by what it's going to mean in terms of human lives. Now, if what Gordon Michael Stallion predicts here should come true, it would be horrible. He's talking about a completion in the first major cycle, and I've talked to him a lot, so I know, of 8-point earthquakes, one probably to come soon in the Indian Ocean area, one to come in South America or Mexico, and then I would guess one to come on the U.S. West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so I'm not really looking forward to that, to be honest with you.
Well, no, Art, of course you're not, because we're stuck in this lifetime right here, right now. What I'm talking about is the evolution of the human spirit.
Yes, sir, I understand.
And that way.
No, I understand. Believe me, you've got to believe me. Yeah, thank you for the call. I understand the way you feel and the way other people feel that this is some sort of evolution, and we will come out bigger and better and stronger on the other side, should it occur. But I do not look forward to it. And I can't find myself taking that, assuming that attitude. I look at it from a human suffering point of view, okay? And I know the old expression, no pain, no gain. And I'm prepared to agree with a lot of you that maybe, even if this does occur, the human spirit will be lifted somehow and we will be stronger on the other end. But you know me, I'm pretty pragmatic. And I'm not very far wrong when I say, if an 8-point earthquake were to occur in the LA area, all the buildings would fall down. If an 8-point earthquake were to occur in San Francisco, most or all of the buildings would fall down. 8+ earthquakes, or 9, they level things. And the 8-point earthquake that just occurred 850 miles north of Japan occurred in a place where there are not people. Very fortunate. But if it begins the cycle, as Gordon suggests, and we will interview him in detail. In other words, I'm going to do a taped interview with him for reasons listed in the facts on Friday, and I'll put it on the air Friday night, Saturday, assuming that all comes true and his schedule does not get interrupted or somehow we manage not to get it done. But I think, obviously, if you heard the facts, he considers it of sufficient importance that we do that daytime interview to be replayed. So, I don't know, I can't get excited about it in the sense that, like that band and Margaret Timms and others have. I have a admittedly different attitude toward it. West of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hi.
Hello, Art.
Hi.
I'm calling from Sonora, California.
Sonora. Yes, we are on the air, I believe, in Sonora.
Okay. Oh, that's great.
Had you heard that?
No, I haven't. I'll look into that. Indeed. I heard you talking about Gordon Michael Stallion being sick of the visions. I'm a visionary too, and I've worked in California and everything all my life. Almost exactly when and where and everything about all the details. Maybe time. But I have a way of recharging myself, and I want to know if I can have Mr. Stallion address to help him restore his energy. This does take a lot of energy.
Sir, have you got a pencil and paper?
Yes, I should have.
It's Post Office Box 336, Chesterfield, New Hampshire. Field, New Hampshire. There's something out of here. Zip code 03433-0336.
I want to tell you one thing that I have seen, and it's a big one in California, that it will happen on a time months that we have fairer weather here. I have foreseen this so many times, and the visions I see are so horrendous that I don't even want to tell the general public too much because I don't want to frighten them that many people will survive it too. There's going to be a lot of volcanic eruption, a lot of volcanic activity around the San Andreas Fault. Volcanoes will rise.
Well, these things are already occurring, so ma'am, I'm going to have to run. Thank you very much. I have followed Mr. Scallion's predictions very carefully. With respect to Etna and Vesuvius, most specifically, you recall earlier in the year, those of you who listened earlier in the year, that he made very specific a prophecy regarding Vesuvius and Etna. And both of them are rumbling and smoking and getting ready to go, according to scientists. They've got voluntary evacuation called for below Vesuvius right now, and it's been shaking like crazy. There's been recent volcanic activity in the Caribbean that he predicted. And now this one is the big facts as far as I'm concerned. He is obviously suggesting the large quake scenario is now underway. That's his belief. If I'm reading this correctly, and if you think I'm reading it incorrectly, you let me know. We'll do it again next hour. East of the Rockies, you're on the air.
Good morning, Art.
Hi.
Tim in Denver. How you doing for you?
Just fine.
Great. I want to make 2 comments. First of all, the same morning that you watched Apollo 13, I also had rented it. And watched it as soon as I got off work at 6 in the morning. And wanted to go back to the point they made when everything was kind of breaking down. And one of the gentlemen says, in NASA control, how things aren't just falling apart, things couldn't be any worse than that. And the other gentleman says, on the contrary, I think this will be not NASA's finest hour. Do you remember that part?
Well, he got it a little wrong. He said, on the contrary, I don't think things will fall apart. I think it will be NASA's finest hour.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, that kind of hit me as I watched it as possibly the way the quickening may turn out.
I think you're going to be interested in Dreamland this coming Sunday. I've got Dr. Brian O'Leary, a former Apollo scientist astronaut. And though he did not go on a mission, he was slated to go on the Mars mission that we canceled. He was indeed a full astronaut, and I think you'll find it fascinating.
Terrific. One other quick question. I've ordered your book, so if you answer the book, don't tell me. I didn't want to know anything about it. Of course, I don't want anyone else to know if they haven't read it themselves. But have you ever felt personally led in any direction as far as the guests that you have on?
Yes.
Or topics you want to cover?
Yes.
When I say led, I mean
Yes. Well, I don't know, right, sir, thank you. Not necessarily led by the hand of God. If that's where you were going, and I think you were. I am led by curiosity. I am led by intuition. And I am led by, I hope, a pragmatic journey toward facts. Now, not all facts, as I say in my intro to Dreamland, not all things are so easily put in a box. You know, you can't just put them in a box. They're not always scientifically verifiable, and they're certainly not always wrong. In the case of Gordon Michael Scallion, I have pursued him because of the many private conversations we've had, because I think he is 100% sincere. Now, he could also be wrong. Okay? I'm telling you he's sincere. I'm pretty good over the years, you know, at talking to guests and judging people's credibility. It doesn't mean that I can be without error in that regard, but I guess I've said this before and I'll say it again easily now. If there is such a thing as, and you saw Nightline the other night, didn't you? If there is such a thing as the real McCoy, from a psychic or intuitive point of view, Scallion's in. That's my absolute judgment. That doesn't mean I'm saying he's in. I'm saying if there is a real McCoy, he's the one. Now, what I started to tell you before I lost my train of thought earlier was that I'm pursuing a guest. I wonder if I really have been. Well, all right, I'll tell you. It is the major, military rank major, who actually started the Army's psychic program. And since the Nightline program the other night, he is now willing to come forward. And I don't have it locked up yet, but I bet I managed to get it. So stand by for that one, too. As you know, the military service CIA is in fact using psychics. They continue to do so and have been doing so for 20 years. And the major who began the Army's program has contacted me. On the first time caller line, you're on the air. Hello?
Yeah, yes, sir. Is it the Art Bell Show?
It is.
Oh, great. Yeah, I listen to you on 1480
Well, I'm on a lot of 1480s.
and KYOS.
Oh, in Merced.
Oh, yes, sir.
Very good.
Anyway, I just had a few comments to make. I was wondering, what do you think about the weather this year?
Well, the people to ask would be in Alaska, and I asked them last night, and I got about 20 faxes after I went off the air saying something is radically wrong with the weather here. Yeah, it's cold, 20 degrees below, but they've got almost no snow on the ground. What do I think? I think the weather is kind of screwed up.
Yeah.
We had one of the biggest hurricane seasons in all of history. So there you are.
I'll be darned. Yeah, the only reason from Farmer I'm on the weather lot,
Yes, sir.
and here it is December 6th, and I haven't hardly needed a jacket.
Well, it is even strange here. Normally, I live, people think I'm in the arid desert, and I guess I am, but I have right in front of me an 11,900-foot mountains right outside the north, just about. And by September mid, there should be snow up there. There is no snow up there, and this is coming up on mid-December. So,
Definitely not going on, man.
yeah, I appreciate it all. The jet stream is out of kilter. No question about it. That's why the Alaskans are not getting their snow. It's why the people in the Northwest are facing flood conditions. Wildcard line, you're on the airline.
Very good. Okay.
All right, where are you?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This is Steve, the programmer up here. And I have a quick meeting report for you.
Okay.
This was early, there anything I didn't get burned, but I guess about $600,000 worth of people did. We had a company come up here, set up a little computer shop and advertise the gas prices down. And turn around. In about 6 weeks, I was just now on the big list business. Took all the deposits for the order, and then went down, I guess, here a couple days ago.
Sir. That's called crime.
Yeah, but it's like people when you go into a convenience store or something like that.
Well, there's no ways of taking people's money, taking people. And that's, that's just a scam.
Yeah, but I don't know. I thought it was just incredible.
Well, I'm sure it is incredible. Were you a victim?
No, I escaped chewing through it.
Oh, good for you. All right. Thank you very much for the call. I suppose in a small individual component kind of way, that would be a sign of being quickening.
You're listening to Art Bell, Summer in Time on Premier Radio Networks. The night encore wasn't big enough. Coast to Coast AM on December 6th, 1995. Premier Radio Network presents Art Bell Somewhere in Time. Tonight's program originally aired December 6, 1995.
Good morning, everybody. Under a full moon. Every time I say full moon, I get people messing with me about when the moon is actually full. I mean, it's just a small correction, if I may, about your thinking of the rising of this night's full moon. This full moon actually started its rise at 4:51 p.m. It was set tomorrow morning at 6:08 a.m. I know you like to be accurate. Hence the reason for this correction. This full moon is indeed the harbinger of more than you could guess. Your warning message at the start of this night's program will turn out to be more prophetic than you now might think. Despite the coming events, it is a great time to be alive. And it's signed Stephen. An attempt to escape identification as a Steve. Well, it didn't work. I try to keep I'll tell you what we're talking about now. I'm going to reread this to you. A lot of people in the Bay Area are just joining us. They're just going to really be thrilled to death to hear this. I got a fax from Lord Michael Scallion earlier in the day today. And I'm simply going to read it verbatim. Listen very closely, okay? And I want to, the warning is this is prophecy. And it doesn't, there's no automatic. This is going to come true stuff, but it is from somebody that I give some weight to. Dear Art, as you are aware, Japan's Kurile Islands were hit with a magnitude 8 earthquake, 8.0, this week. This is the first of 4 events I have predicted for the time frame beginning December of 1995. See the ECR Earth Changes report done in March of 95 when he put it on paper. And he goes on, it signals the beginning of